All right, man, where do we begin with these trailers, man? First of all, welcome back to the channel. It's been quite a while. I think August was the last time I uploaded, so sorry about that. But man, we have a lot to talk about today. I've been waiting for these trailers to release all together, and I didn't want to jump the gun and start making videos about them before they were officially released. And so I sat here and I waited and I waited and I waited. They took forever to kick off the marketing, but it's in full force now. And so with that being said, we now officially have all 4 teasers for Avengers Doomsday. And it's looking very likely that the official actual trailer will be released on Super Bowl, or during the Super Bowl, I should say. These are crazy times to be a Marvel fan. So, all right, well, let's get into these trailers. Now, basically what I want to talk about is a combination of basically what I believe is going on and what I've heard as far as rumors go and different things from around the internet. And so first off, we have the Steve Rogers trailer, obviously. Everybody was clowning this trailer, saying it looks like a Wegovy commercial or some type of medication. I mean, that is true. I mean, it's very, there's nothing to it really and stuff. I mean, big reveal, you know, he has a kid. And the thing about these trailers, all of these trailers are connected with the center point being kids. Now, we'll get back to that at the end of the video because I have some things to say about if that's how Doom is moving, that's crazy. So, but we'll get to that. So obviously we know Steve decided to stay behind, or he didn't stay behind, but at the end of Endgame, when he goes back to put Mjolnir back and all the stones and everything, he also does a little side quest, and he basically lives out his entire life with Peggy, as we found out once he returned, and he was married and everything. And so, but apparently he had a kid during that time. And so this is one of the rumors comes in, where people have been saying the whole reason why incursions and different things are going on is because Steve Rogers started all of it. If he wouldn't have went off and just did his own thing, I don't think they would be in this situation right now. I do believe that. Now, whether or not that's the reason why Doom is after him, if this rumor even turns out to be true, I don't know. We don't know where the incursions started from. We don't know the very first incursion, but it does seem kind of likely right now that Steve is the reason why there are incursions going on. He was the starting point, patient zero, if you will. And I don't know how much validity there is to that. I'm not sure. We'll have to find out when the movie comes out. So the main thing is, like I said, kids. And so basically they're saying that Doom is going around kidnapping kids. Now, I don't believe that, but if it turns out to be true, I don't know. Like I said, I have some things to say at the end. Anyway, so that's trailer 1. Kind of inclined to lean more towards these heroes now are becoming fathers and they just want to protect their young ones. And so it's at all costs because Doom is not to be trifled with. That's what I believe. Now, whether or not that's true, I do not know. And so, yeah. So then we have trailer 2 with Thor. And Thor has an adopted kid, as you know, from Love and Thunder, which that movie sucked, but hey, whatever. I'm not here to dog that movie, but he has Love, I believe is her name, and she was the daughter of Eternity or something. I still don't fully understand that whole thing, as I've said numerous times, and I'll keep repeating. I didn't grow up reading the comics, so I don't really know. I go off the movies, and I know that that can be a negative thing sometimes because I don't fully know the source material, but it is what it is. So Thor saved that little girl who is actually his daughter in real life. Thor is seen praying to Odin, who I believe, I believe that's who he's praying to. Odin, because he's just asking for strength for one more battle and everything. And it almost sounds like he's going to die And if he does die, I believe he's going to come back in Secret Wars, because he would have to, because they've already announced Thor 5. So he can't die in this movie, or if he does, it'll have to be temporary. I guess he'll go to Valhalla with Jane, and somehow they'll come back, because why else would they show that post-credit scene with her going to Valhalla and all that and meeting up with Heimdall? And I don't know. I mean, I guess that'll pay off in Thor 5, but it does seem like he's going to die, and it'll just be for a little bit. But yeah, so he's praying to Odin to just give him the strength to protect love and everything. And so, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that one. So the next trailer, we have the X-Men trailer. Now, there's only 3 X-Men characters, obviously. There's Professor X and Magneto having a game of chess and just pretty much just appreciating one another. You know, they're pretty much like brothers. It's a love-hate relationship, and they're just sitting there, I guess, just talking about death and probably reminiscing and just, you know, enjoying each other's company and stuff as they're about to meet their demise as well. And then we're shown Cyclops. And my theory with Cyclops, the reason why he seems to be so pissed off and everything, not only is he fighting Sentinels, which you can see them in the background, but my belief is something happened to Nathan Summers, aka Cable. It may be that whole thing with X-Men 97. If you've watched the show, I highly recommend. That was one of the best animated shows I've ever watched in my life. And I grew up watching the X-Men cartoon back in the 90s and stuff, but to see it revised and sharpened and polished and everything, man, they may be adapting some of that story from the show. The last one really is the one that, like, the other ones make sense. I get that. But the last one, I really had to, like, think about it. And that would be the Wakandans, Shuri and M'Baku meeting up with Ben from the Fantastic Four. And the interesting thing about that one is, okay, I get it, Fantastic Four are there, and we know that Sue and Reed's kid got kidnapped, or possibly it might just be Ben, Johnny, and Reed there, and for whatever reason they didn't show Johnny and Reed. But maybe in addition to their kid getting kidnapped, Sue got kidnapped as well, because like I said, the last video I posted, there's a whole thing about Doom taking Reed's family and all of these different things. And so I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, again, like I keep saying, we'll have to see once the movie comes out. But I do believe that it has something to do with their kid being kidnapped. Whether or not it's all 4 of them there or it's just 3 of them remains to be seen. So that's one angle. But then the other thing too, and I jumped the gun a little bit. The other thing too, Shuri starts off by saying that everybody that she loves has been taken from her. And I got to thinking, what does that mean? And then I saw a video, I believe it was from New Rockstars, where they mentioned T'Challa's son, which his name escapes me right now, but T'Challa's son. I'm sitting there like, oh crap, another kid. So now we have 5 kids that could potentially be missing or, you know, need to be protected. I don't know. But it sounds like something happened. Not unless she is trying to make sure she doesn't want people to know that he exists yet. I'm not sure what the case is with that, why she worded it that way. So it's one of 2 things. And so I didn't even put 2 and 2 together, because it is weird, you know, you see the Fantastic Four with Black Panther, and apparently that is actually Black Panther's first appearances with the Fantastic Four in the comics, so it's a little bit of a callback to that. But the kids though, so Sue and Reed's kid is missing possibly, and also possibly Shuri's nephew is missing now. And so I just think that it's interesting that they tied all of these trailers together, but what is the larger picture here? You know, my question is, why put emphasis on the kids? Is Doom moving around like Freddy Krueger or the Grabber from Black Phone? Because if so, that's a sick character thing to write in there. Like, I don't know what he's doing. Like, I don't know if he's trying to harvest their powers or whatever, but it's only 2 kids that have powers, you know. You got Love and you got Franklin Richards. That's it. So I don't know. Can't fully grasp what he would accomplish by snatching up kids, and that's why I think that this whole thing about him snatching up kids and stuff, I don't think it's true. I think if any kid gets snatched up, it's Franklin Richards, and that's only to take his cosmic power and stuff the same way that Galactus wanted to do. But other than that, I don't think the rest of these kids are getting snatched up or whatever. I think kids are just the parents want to protect the kids. Maybe Cable, possibly. I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't think they'll do that in this. They'll adapt it from the X-Men cartoon into this movie, because what would be the point? That was a whole separate thing. So I don't know. But yeah, man, I'm so glad to just finally see something from this movie. I know these are literally teasers, and that's the other thing. People always expect there to be a full-blown trailer and stuff, but you got to start building up the hype. And then they watch the teaser trailer and they're like, man, this sucked. It's not even done, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dog, you have to pause, wet people's beaks, get them going, get them hyped up and stuff, and then you start putting out the trailers and have the directors and different people talking about the movie more to really get people hyped up. I mean, this movie is still a year away, or I guess I should say 11 months away, because it's 2026 now, January, and so you just have to wait on it. But I tell you one thing, I'm absolutely excited for this movie. This is up in my top 5 movies for this year, and I am absolutely ecstatic to see this movie. I can't believe that we're alive to see something like this. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you have the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and the Avengers all in one movie, and then also somebody pointed out the fact, I think I read this on Threads, you have the opportunity to have two iconic phrases. You have Scott, aka Cyclops, being able to say,
"To me, my X-Men."
And then you have Steve Rogers back, although he already said it. I hope they let somebody else out. I hope Sam says it this time, to say,
"Assemble."
Like, this is absolutely nuts. And possibly, I mean, you could even have Namor say Imperious Rex, or however the phrase, I think that's how you say it. I mean, this movie is just gonna be absolutely incredible. I have no doubt about it. I know everybody is saying Marvel is washed up and their best days are behind them, yada yada yada. I understand that with some of the projects that have come out, but listen, man, I'm through the roof about this movie. So I'm gonna ignore all the negative things that people have to say about Marvel, because I've still watched all the projects and stuff. Yes, some of them sucked, some of them were good, some of them were amazing, but I've still watched and I've believed in them, and I knew that they would get it right. And it seems like we're back in the quality era, quality over quantity era again. And I think they're gonna absolutely knock this out the park. And so, yeah. So I just wanted to talk about those, and just go over, what I think, try to make sense of what the little that we've been given. And I can't wait for the Super Bowl, although my team is eliminated. We've already been over this. I'm a Philly fan, and we played like absolute crap. So we didn't deserve to be there. But at least I have the Doomsday trailer to look forward to, and possibly the Spider-Man Brand New Day trailer. So I can't really complain. Anyway, all right, guys. Well, I will catch you on the next video. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for sticking around. Let me know what you guys think about Doomsday, and how do you think the story will unfold? Do you think that Doom is after the kids? I hope not. What do you think? Just leave your comments down in the comment section, and I will reply to you. We can talk about different things, what's going on, and try to guess and speculate and everything. And yeah. So, all right, guys. See you on the next one. All right.